right. Good Wednesday, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It is On the Record. I'm your host, Brian Summers. I am, I should say, bright, energized, and very excited about this day. I've got some great guests who are going to join me live here in studio from the city of Statesville. I should tell you, I tried to prep it out yesterday a little bit. We're going to be joined by April Nesbitt, who is the Public Relations Officer for the city of Statesville, and Nikayla Griffith. She is the newly hired new position. She is the Statesville City Community Police Liaison for the city of Statesville. And so both of them are going to be joining me just in a little bit here live in studio. So we're very excited about that. It's the first time I've had either one of them here, and I think it's the first time we've had, other than the police chief about 3 weeks ago, another representative from the police department. We had Ron Smith on. We had the chief of police, David Aldney, on. And so we're moving right along. We're building bridges back into our city government here at WSIC. And for On the Record, this is what we're talking about. We want to know all the ins and outs and happenings going on within the city of Statesville. Lots of different questions for both of these ladies coming here. It was really in my intent, and I'm going to have to really apologize to them when they get here, because I wanted to really give them flowers. And I so wanted to, do that because we've never had this year, particularly any ladies from the city government of Statesville here at WSIC. So it was a first. We were trying to do it, and so I owe them that, and they're great ladies. And so, just being the Southern gentleman I am, today we will talk all things Statesville City, what is going on, happenings, and Ms. Griffin and her role, and also Ms. Nesbitt and her role. And so that's the plan here of what's going on and what's happening. So tune in, stay with us. Glad to have you with us. Also, on the other side of everything, I want to share I was getting a couple of emails and inquiries, and I'll share that after we come back after the break, of just some concerns I had. Of course, I'm Brian Summers, and this is On the Record, so I don't have any cut card in anything. I am an equal opportunity to go after it, and when we have questions, we go after it, and we have to ask. And so there are some recent things that were brought to my attention, particularly. I know in the last couple of weeks, we all heard about, the things that were said on a chat and text with the Iredell Statesville School Board, and likewise on the other side, some people were sharing concerns with me about a position that did not work out so favorably for our kids in council itself. So I wanted, to talk about that after our guests are done and after we get past that, but just raise that question and concern to make sure that there's no double standards in our society going forward. It is a good Wednesday, folks. It is Happy Wednesday, and normally on Wednesdays we would be talking about everything going on and what's happening and what's on the menu at Randy's Barbecue, but they're closed this week, and so there's no Wednesday banana pudding coming out from Randy's Barbecue, as they are down this week with the little R&R for the staff, but also to kind of get some things right with the restaurant, and that's a somewhat needed break. I completely understand, but a couple people did ding me and say that they sure are going to miss that banana pudding this week, and I said, well, we'll make sure that with Candace and Wendy down there at Randy's Barbecue, the corner of Front Street and Salisbury Road, that they'll be right back in place next Wednesday for our before you go to Bible study or pre-Bible school dinner. There is the half barbecue, baked barbecue chicken that they have so much, are so good, that's on the menu, and of course our 10 rounds of free banana pudding on Wednesday. So we got that to do next week, folks. There's some things going on. I know that tonight, if you get out to Bethlehem Methodist Church out on Bethlehem Road, they're having Vacation Bible School from 6:30 to 8:30, particularly going on. And then starting out next week on the 23rd, Sunday, you'll be able to go to Command Baptist Church up on Islandsford Road. They're going to have Vacation Bible School. And so a lot going on to keep your family engaged. I believe in worship. I ask you out there to say a prayer for our station and for our country, and that we try to always be completely what our community needs to hear and see and be examples of what we believe. Our faith, we wear it, we carry it, we try to speak it. We can be right, we can be wrong, but one thing, we are all children of God, and if we're wrong, we can seek the cross to get our forgiveness and to forgive our brothers and make things that are wrong right. So we have that, and so I want to encourage everyone to check that out. But anyway, we're coming up on breaking on this side too. I also want to tell you about something pretty impressive that's coming up on the 27th of next week, coming up next weekend here. Next week, we're going to have at the library, particularly, you all heard me talk about it last week. It is Pop Smoke, and it is a book by Ralph Dagenhart, and he's going to be doing a book signing on the 27th of July at the Iredell Public Library in downtown Statesville, and that'll be July 27th at 5:30 p.m. And that's Ralph Dagenhart. He's going to be there talking about his book from his experience while in Vietnam, and that's a really good thing to do. Also, some exciting things coming up later in September. You can still do the reading program that's going on at the library right now, so I encourage you to also check that out and get your kids down there. If you don't have a free library card, it's free, folks. Grandmothers, moms, dad, take your kids by there, get them a library card, get them signed up. Some people say, well, you don't have to have a library card anymore. Please, no, get your kid a library card. It is something they'll get and carry for the rest of their life. I am 53 years old. I still carry my library card. And I had fines on my library card at the same time too. So, but anyway, I'll always push that and let you know just some of the things happening here and around our community. In September, though, there's something else pretty exciting I think is important. Is we're pushing this when we had Carrie Rader in here. She's Miss Queen Teen City for down in Charlotte. She's a beauty queen. She was in here, and we were talking about Edgar Allan Poe. She said that she likes poetry, and we're going to have Elliot Engel is going to be speaking on the genius mind of Edgar Allan Poe in September there at the Iredell County Library, and those are $20 tickets, but it's the genius mind of Edgar Allan Poe. So for all the poets out there and folks who want to know what's going on with that and good things going on, please do check that out and stop by and see. Want to make sure you too, anybody wants to send us information here of what's going on in your community, your part of town. Want to have my sound off as I do every day. Hello, Troutman, Mooresville, Harmony, Olin, Turnersburg, Rowan County, Salisbury, Wilkesboro, Wicks County, Taylorsville, Alexander County, North Mecklenburg, Cornelius, Davison, all those Huntersville, all those areas that we touched down there, Lake Norman. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in. I promise we have a break coming in on this side, and we'll be back with Nikayla Griffin, who is the Statesville City Police Community Liaison for the police department, and then Miss April Nesbitt, two ladies that will be in here, and I will have both of them live here in the studio, and we're going to talk all the exciting things going on. Summer camp in the city of Statesville going on next week, and they'll have all the integral details about that, plus things going on within your parks and recs in the city of Statesville. They had a council meeting the other night, so Miss Nesbitt will be able to answer, next time they meet, times and places, and all those wonderful things. So stay tuned, folks, and then we'll get into some harder things after they depart. They'll be on for about 45 minutes here on air. But I've got, we got to make sure that we got some fairness in our supposedly outrage within our city. So just keep on tuning in here and listen to On the Record with Brian Summers. If you get a chance, give us a call. Our lines are going to be open at 704-873-1400, 704-873-1400. We'll take your calls. Be polite. Be respectful. These are ladies, and so I'll get the call before they do. So if you got an issue, you take it up with me, but do not be disrespectful and harsh to my guests, period. And I put that out there. Anybody doesn't like it, you know where you can meet me at, and I stand by that. So good. Glad you're tuning in. On the Record, this is Brian Summers. We'll be back after the break. Thanks a lot. All right, we're back on this side. I'm still joined here in studio by April Nesbitt and by Nikayla Griffin. And you both say hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hello.
They did almost like a song. Hi. Oh, my goodness. So I apologize for the folks listening on Facebook and at home because my clock got away from me and I could not catch it. So we kind of got cut off in. But they were both just kind of saying, what were we talking about before we got into the big long break? We were talking about you had been at Boys and Girls Club. You'd been there. And I said, why didn't you say 13 years like you've been there 30 years?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, come on, really? 13 years?
Yeah.
Girl, you just getting started.
Yeah.
And so, April, what were you doing before you came to the city of Statesville?
I was a paralegal for 10 years,
Oh,
but
wow.
then I've been with the city 7 years.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All
So
right.
I've been with the city for a while.
Okay. Oh, that is 7 and 13.
I know.
Still got undershirts older than you guys. Well, good gracious. So good deal. So you were with the paralegal and then you were Boys and Girls Club. Again, still probably in a capacity of what we call service, serving in that capacity. And that's very important. And did you all ever think you would get to hear or did you ever think about serving in government as a capacity?
Absolutely not.
No, no.
Okay. And typical hours for you are
Really?
public relations? I don't know.
All the time?
Oh, my gosh.
Whenever you need us,
Yes.
we're here.
okay.
Normally 8 to 5, but
8 to 5. See, I
you'll
was like 9
you'll
to 5.
receive press releases from me at
2
all
in the morning?
hours,
Yeah.
weekends. And
Okay.
it's okay.
Okay.
It comes with the territory.
Yeah.
Okay. And so tell us about, thumbs very close to me, the summer camp coming up. I did get that flyer across
Right.
that the police department is doing next week.
Yes,
And it's for a
absolutely.
whole week.
Yes.
Okay, tell us all about that, Ms. Griffin.
So we have an amazing summer camp coming up. It is going to be at Christian Outreach. It's 1424 Rickard Street. We are accepting about 40 children. So next week it'll be a week of fun learning. We're trying to implement and incorporate a lot of things. So we have some internet safety, gun safety going on, bike safety. We're going to have a bike rodeo. Every day it'll be something different. So one of the things that we're incorporating, we're going to do some STEM. So we want to make sure that the children get that component as well. So we're going to have a CSI investigation day. So that's going to be cool. And we are also going to have a scavenger hunt downtown Statesville.
Okay.
So we're going to take some tours at the police department and, just show them around Statesville. And the health department is coming out. So we have a lot of partners coming out to help us that week. And on the last day, we are going to have the fire department come out, let the kids get wet, play kickball with the kids, and we're having a cookout. So at Harris Park. So if you guys would like to come and get a hot dog.
And what day is that?
This is going to be on the 28th. So that's the Friday. So every day
Okay.
there's an event going on
But the hot dogs.
on Friday.
All he heard was food.
Hey, listen here.
Yeah, that'll be Friday the 28th.
I am still a growing boy, so there we go. So we'll try to see if we can work that out. Fridays are kind of footloose and fancy free around here, so we might be able to do a live remote, whereas
okay.
we come out
Nice.
there and broadcast
Okay.
for your event on that
Oh, that'll
Friday.
be great. Okay.
Let me kind of see.
Okay.
I'm still sort of learning all this here technology.
Right.
You gotta understand, I'm going from a kindergarten to senior year in like a day.
Okay.
It's like going from flip phone to all this
Yeah.
with an antenna. So
Yeah.
That's a lot of buttons over there.
It is.
and I don't touch any of them.
Right.
It's like they got the buttons taped down that I'm not supposed to touch.
Right.
So I get it, and I'm fine with that. So good. So that's next Friday, the camp. And your partners, I think it's at Christian Outreach.
Yep. So we're doing it at Christian Outreach this
Okay,
year.
and it's on Rickard Street.
Yes, it's
And so
1424
parents can drop off kids.
from 8 a.m. to 12 noon.
Oh,
And
y'all getting off easy.
yeah, and we're just trying to make sure that everybody has a easy day. Not an easy day, but
No,
a fun
no, you
filled
let
day.
it out. That's
we
a
have
cat
a
out
lot
the
of
bag.
SRO officers that are working too, so
Okay.
they're going to be there
I
as
mean,
well.
summer camp's supposed to go to like 6 o'clock in the evening, and then y'all do
Okay.
that like 5 days a week. And the parents be able to drop them off, and they go
Right.
to Bermuda and come back. And
All the folks here at the radio station can come and work
Right.
from 12 to 6.
Yeah, we would love to have you. Yeah. So
yeah. So then again, I think you told me there's going to be a new launch Can I say that?
Yes.
A new launch of the Statesville City website.
Yes, we
So-
are still updating right now,
Okay.
but we do have a new website.
It's
It
in
looks
development?
awesome.
Okay.
It's online. Everything is live.
Oh, boy.
It looks really good.
Oh, my.
Very easy to navigate, and
Okay.
we're excited. We're going to be launching that in a couple of
All right,
weeks, so
okay.
Awesome.
Good
put a big
deal.
release out for that. So we're excited.
Okay, all right. And so, well, very good in that aspect. So we got a couple more minutes here on the side. So, hobbies, what are you all into? So, I mean, I always, so we had Representative on yesterday. And
We have young children.
Right.
That's all we do.
Oh my goodness.
Goodness.
But I mean, so we had Jeff McNeely on yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, well, Jeff, everybody knows your title, you're representative in Raleigh and all that. I said, but tell us the person behind the person. Where'd you go to high school? What church you attend? You got siblings? And I said, let people know something they don't know about you. And so when I think about On the Record, that's kind of what the idea I had with trying to do this is to find out the person behind the person almost. So tell us, Miss April Nesbitt, since you're from Statesville, and I'm supposed to know that.
Well,
What part
My-
of town did you grow up in? How about that?
western side of Statesville, inside Statesville city limits, though, off of West Front Street.
Okay.
And my parents still live here in Statesville in
Okay.
the city limits. I actually live outside the city limits, but
Okay.
I'm still in Statesville.
All right.
I have two boys, 8 and 9. They
Okay.
think they're a lot older. my
They've
9-year-old.
been working 7 years.
Yes. I will tell you a funny. You like funny stories?
Absolutely. Look at me. I got no hair. My whole life is funny.
I have one that's going to be 10 in September. And he came to me, he woke up this morning and he said, I looked at him, I said, you have a pimple on your face. And he's like, oh my gosh. He went and ran, looked in the mirror, and he said, does this mean I got puberty? And I just had to turn around and walk away and
my
laugh. It was
goodness.
hilarious.
Wow.
Almost 10, yes.
10.
It was crazy. But
Wow.
my
And so-
life consists of football, baseball, basketball. I have two boys.
And
So.
so what was the car ride like after that?
Oh, it was hilarious. Let me tell you. We are not talking about puberty. You're not on
Right.
10 years old. Is that what that means? Oh, boy. Okay. All right. And so, Ms. Griffin?
Yeah, so like she said, I have young children too. So I don't. When I get my hobby is resting.
It's few and far between on those hours, but
my
I know.
goodness.
I have a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 2-month-old.
Oh,
so
wow.
Bless your heart.
I know, right? Thank you.
Congratulations.
But
And you're
yeah.
out here jumping out of cars, running across fields.
Yeah, don't worry, I got you. But yeah,
Okay.
so just I don't know. I enjoy my children, so
you have all girls.
all girls.
I have all
Yeah.
boys, so
Oh, boy.
yes.
So, yeah.
I have a daughter, and I think that I hear from friends who say, "Oh my God, a girl," and I'm like, I love being a girl's dad,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely, and and I miss that sometimes. And like I told her, I said, "Man, I wish I kind of had a baby again, like literally, no, and I mean real baby."
If you want to babysit, Nikayla may need a babysit.
right.
And I said, no, I mean the whole thing about babies is like Pedialyte, Pampers, and the whole nine. and I said, I enjoyed that daddyhood stuff.
It's hard. I
It
was
was a
looking
lot
at
of
Gavin
fun.
last night. I told my husband, I said, look at him. He looks like a little man. Where's my baby?
Gone.
It's,
Fast.
they're so fast.
My daughter turned 25 Sunday, and everybody said, "Aren't you happy? Aren't you excited?" I'm thinking to myself, "Man, I wish she was 7 again.
Oh,
I
wow.
really wish she was 7 again.
I
But
know.
she's 25,
Wow.
and I couldn't even be ecstatically happy because not my little girl anymore. You know what I mean? So anyway, we're way talking a whole lot of things around here. We got like two minutes, and then I'll let you guys be free.
I have.
so.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have an announcement too. When you get a chance about.
Okay,
an
okay.
event. You ready? Or no?
I don't know what kind of announcement.
No, it's just another
messing
event.
with
I
you.
didn't know if you was.
Ooh, another event.
I know,
Yay.
She coming with information.
Yeah, I got another
okay.
event.
All right, so get it on
Okay,
in.
so we are having another community fun day on August the 19th. We are looking for vendors to come out if you guys would like to. It's going to be a free event, and it will be in the Park Drive housing area, the housing project area in Park Drive. So we're going to have a fun time with them. So we're excited about that. Our goal is to hit these hit areas that need us the most. So we are hitting those areas where there are a lot of children in those areas too. So we're going to have some games playing, basketball, cornhole. Going to have some hot dogs that day as well, and snow cones and
Okay.
popcorn. So come on out.
All right. All right.
It's from 1 to 3, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good.
And we have a community meeting tomorrow with Captain Linden. Is Sam? Oh, Captain Carmona. Is it Carmona or Linden? I can't remember which one it is. But we have a community meeting tomorrow. All the information's on our website, statesvillenc.net.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. So, I got my time is up, and we'll glad to have you guys back. April Nesbitt and Nikayla Griffin from the City of Statesville. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Stage Alliance presents Tom Dooley, a Wilkes County legend. Opening July 20th at Matt Gray Auditorium in Statesville. Enjoy a classic story here in Statesville. For more information, visit centerstagealliance.org. Do you enjoy making pottery? Kane Center for the Arts in Cornelius has Ceramics Open Studio. Select Tuesdays and Saturdays, you can become the clay artist you were always meant to be. You must register in person. For the full schedule, visit canearts.org. That's CAIN arts.org. Looking for something fun to do with your kiddo this summer? Birkdale Buds is hosting their weekly playtime in the plaza. Bring your preschool-aged children for playtime from 10:30 to 12 every Wednesday through October. Some of the activities include games, face painting, storytellers, magicians, arts and crafts, and more. There is no cost and no registration required. Bring a blanket and come join the fun. For more details, visit birkdalevillage.com. Do you like beach music, country music, blues, or rock and roll? You'll hear something you like during Statesville's Friday After 5 Summer Concert Series. On Friday, August 4th, Statesville native Danny Carr and the Skeleton Crew will be playing a free concert. The concert will be held in downtown Statesville on West Broad Street in front of the Mitchell Community College from 6 to 8:30. Have an event you'd like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
I'm Dan Sutton with your WSIC forecast. For tonight, we'll have a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise partly cloudy with a low around 71 and west winds 3 to 5 miles per hour. Thursday, we'll have a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise partly sunny with a high near 87 and southwest winds 3 to 8 miles per hour. New rainfall amounts between a tenth and quarter of an inch, except higher amounts possible in...
Listen up, Carolinas. It's the summer of Jeep at the #1 Jeep dealer, Lake Norman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Over 800 new Jeeps available, and we guarantee to beat any deal in the nation. I-77 exit 28 or LakeNormanChrysler.com.
News Talk WSIC, Statesville, Lake Norman's most trusted news source.
All right. Some of you said we had some technical difficulties a little bit there as we went into a break. This is On the Record with Brian Summers. Thank you, Nikayla Griffin and Miss April Nesbitt from Statesville City for coming in, Public Relations Officer and Community Resource Officer. Ms. Griffin with the Police Department. April Nesbitt is the Public Relations Officer for the City of Statesville. I had talked about early on the show, I got a few emails from folks in the city and the county asking me about there was a discussion within Statesville City Council, and there was a request from Iredell Statesville School System to Statesville City asking them to assist or to help out when it came to the preschool. And so there was a discussion. There was something brought forth to the council. My understanding, everything was in their retreat maybe, and that it was turned down. There was a vote, but I didn't know if you had to have a. I'm not quite sure how you had this only during the retreat. So I'm not quite sure about the sourcing for all the information. But what I will tell you that people were up in arms and they were protesting and writing letters and emails and all mad at what they people had opinions about the Iredell Statesville School Board. And some comments that were made that were hurtful to various communities and people. And so that happened in a chat in the comments. But likewise, I said, well, wait a minute, how does Statesville City Council get off not supporting preschool within the city of Statesville? And so I wanted to find out more about that and the vote and how the vote went, and what folks on Statesville City Council, what was their beef with preschool, kindergarten, first grade, third grade. And so I asked the question, and I'm going to keep on asking the question. If somebody can come on and help clarify that understanding or that question, you feel free to chime in. But I think it's wrong, and I think it's hypocritical for people to get worked up because of a chat group, but then you have folks who vote and have policy that's detrimental to your community, and you say nothing about it. You stay silent about it. You cannot be hypocritical. On the one hand, you want to get all enraged and get all fired up over comments, but when policy impacts your kids, you have nothing to say. And to me, that's hypocritical. And I'm going to call you out on it. I'm going to keep calling you out on it. And I want somebody to explain to me, and for Statesville City Council, what I understood, and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not about being above being wrong. So if I'm wrong, talk to me, call me, sit down over lunch, talk to me, correct me if I'm wrong. To my understanding, that there was a vote of 3-3 on the council, and Mayor Pro Temp broke the tie. And so from all my sources tell me that the people voting for the preschool inside with Statesville City Schools, I would say Iredell Statesville City Schools, was Fred Foster voted yes, Doris Allison voted yes, Kim Watson voted yes, David Jones was the mayor pro temp. So he was in the mayor's seat at the time. Mayor was absent. And then you had Jap Johnson voted no. Steve Johnson voted no. And Joe Hudson voted no. And I got to ask this question because I'm an advocacy for kids and learning. And again, if you don't seem to like what's coming behind this microphone, you're more than welcome to see me anytime you want to. What is your war on kindergarten? What is the point of council and people and adults waging a war on kids? And what would that be for? So then somebody reached out to me and sent me a rather lengthy email and said, well, the council felt like they needed to control how the money was. As a taxpayer in this city, I don't control where the city spends the money that I pay taxes for. So why should the city council try to micromanage the school system, particularly in this area? And we're talking not a great millions of dollars at all, but I just think it's hypocritical for the city to want to say we want to control where the money goes, but the taxpayers who pay in the city, we can never control the out of control spending that you guys spend money on. We don't have a say on it. And so I just think it's a little, you can't have it both ways here. You're outraged over comments, but on policy you remain silent. And that's the narrative that I'm trying to draw here, and that's what I'm saying is wrong. You can't have it both ways. I'd much rather fight a fight on policy that impacts kids' lives than somebody having a few hurt feelings because you don't like the choice words that somebody is saying. That's the point that I'm trying to drive home. And I think equally so, as many people was up in arms about the comments from the chat group of the school board, and you should have just as equally outrage and protest and demand answers from your city council elected people who said what they said about we're not supporting preschool. Why? So a city council rages war on preschool, kindergartens? What are we doing here, folks? But then these same, I call them hypocritical folks, sit there and talk about how bad the school systems is inside Iredell Statesville schools. Oh, the poor city schools, they're just terrible, they're bad. Oh, failing schools. But yet you have an opportunity to correct a problem, to support correcting a problem, and you say no to it. To preschool. We're not asking you to take care of junior high and high school and people who are damn near adults. I'm talking about the preschool. So, if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm out of line, correct me. But I just got to ask that, and I want to make sure everybody knows that they should be reaching out to their Statesville City Council people to ask them on the record. That's what we're here for. Where do you stand on preschool? And what's your beef with preschool? And then they say, well, they got more money than we do. Well, lots of people do. That's not an excuse that you can't support something. Did you offer anything differently to offset that? So maybe the cost may have been too high. Maybe what did you offer in its place? But just blatantly say no. That's what I have an issue with. And then with no explanation, no one came out of that meeting and said to the public, we just voted to not support preschool in our Iredell Statesville school system. No one came out and said that. And hearing it kind of off cuff, off the side, is not really fair either. So there are 8 city council members and the mayor. The mayor wasn't there, so the mayor pro temp was in his place. He voted to break the tie, and he broke the tie to go no to the preschool. And no one asked them, nobody had they come out, explain your vote. They owe that to us. We are the citizens of this city. We are moms, dads, parents in this city. We must hold them accountable. You were all set to go after the school board. We were all set to go to Raleigh with protests and everybody's watching. And then suddenly policy goes on and you're all ducking your heads. Your mouth is stuffed with cotton. What's going on with you? You huffed and puffed about the school board, but then you're silent and hiding in the corners and tucking and ducking your head when it comes to city council, who has policy that impacts your kids. Yes, I'm mad. Yes, I'm upset, but this is on the record. And this is my record right here. You're going to stop using our kids when you want to talk bad about how the school system is in our city, and then you do nothing to support the school system at the same time. You all rope out how all the reading scores and MB Mills and Third Creek is X, Y, and Z, but then you sit there on your high horse and look down your nose at hardworking people who you don't vote to give a living wage to, who you don't vote to give any public transportation to, who you don't vote to give a grocery store in their community, who you don't vote to do anything in healthcare wise for them, and say, shame on them. You do it to the kids. So, yeah, I'm going to call your heart out. Yes, I'm going to call a question. If you're offended, come see me. You don't like it, come see me. All right? You can find me right here on Radio Road, WSIC, right here. But I'm going to take a stand right here because it is shameful for anybody to get all worked up over chat comments, but you silent on policy that impacts people's lives. This is child nutrition. These are all the things that we know that kids need a leg up in life in and an opportunity. This is not giving away anybody anything. We're doing the right thing here, and we should be about trying to do that because the better kids are prepared today, they get to 3rd grade, they're on a regular reading level. They're on a productive life, going somewhere in life. We're going to stop this stuff of having kids behind and left far behind, and they're just out there. And then we all say, well, the kids can't read. Oh, yeah, well, the reading scores X, Y, and Z. And we take no accountability for our part in doing it. The dastardly act of those who throw stones and hide their hands. Yes, I'm calling you out. Yes, I'm saying it. And I got a big mouth and I'm going to keep on saying it. But this is on the record. This is my record. And see, if I seem like I'm mad, I am. Because I grew up in schools that people wanted to write off. I grew up and went to MB Mills. And Joe Hudson, MB Mills is in your backyard. How dare you? And I'll say that to you, calling you out because it's in your backyard. Call Steve Johnson. Call Jap Johnson. Ask him, David Jones, why in the world would you say a no to preschool? Oh, it costs too much money. Well, explain to us, offset something different. You have kids, grandkids in the school system? Obviously not in this school system. And you felt nothing for those kids having an opportunity in life. But we all want to talk personal responsibility, but we have none that we have. We're the responsible people in government in positions to do the right thing by kids. I'm not asking for welfare for grown adults who are able to work and take care of. I'm talking about the youngest kids in this society. And if it seems like I'm fussing, yes, I'm fussing. This is my moment. I'm going to take it. And you're going to hear it from me and my big mouth. So if you don't like it, come see me. I'll welcome and roll out that mat for you. Come on. But it's just wrong. And what are we doing? And then nobody talks about it. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. And I don't want to hear we need to control them. But no, you don't. Because you all in that city government, they spend millions and thousands of dollars in lots of places that y'all can't control how it's spent at all. You give tax breaks to companies that come and you don't care what they do with that. You don't micromanage them. So why would you do it to 3rd graders? Why would you do it to preschool? Again, this war on kindergarten. That's what I call it, war on kindergarten. So that's my whole point and position. That's where I was coming from. And I'm just, I'm a little wound up, but again, not to be disrespectful. Hold on. I got a call here. I know this is Mike Moorfield calling back. He's got a petition to see about trying to get the voting machines to be all paper. But I know this is Mike, and we'll hear what he has to say. And so you all heard my vent, as I should say. All right. Hey, Mike, how are you? Hello? You're on the record with Brian Summers? You're on the record with Brian Summers.
Hey, Brian, this is Mike Moorfield. You doing okay?
Yep, okay. You got about 30 seconds. Come on, talk fast, brother. Tell us what your petition's about.
Okay. Well, basically, I want to go paper with no tabulators. The tabulators, ES&S and Diebold that we use in Iredell County, were found to contain internal modems in a Michigan court case, and they're insecure for free and fair elections. And the state of North Carolina won't allow the cast vote records, which shows the input that the votes go in.
Gotcha.
Those laymen are not able to audit the machines.
All right, Mike.